My volume is down like every single day. Hey, good morning, fam. How are you? Hey, Mama Tony, Sexy Sky Doll, Latoya, Miss Key, Delightful Dessert Truth, Emerald. Oh, Emerald, it was so good Saturday. Paget broken, but God, she did that for you. If I did not speak to you, say good morning. I am not sliding you intentionally. Good morning, Letitia. Good morning, everyone's. Good morning, C. Victorious. How is everyone doing? So, good morning, Devon. Yes, Terry Lynn, Cynthia. Oh, Cynthia, you missed it Saturday. It was great. Let me tell you something. Good morning, Queer Platypus. Good morning, Reshaping Made Simple. You guys are going to have to stop missing opportunities. Look at your neighbor and say stop. Look at your neighbor. Good morning, Daphne. Good morning, Rihanna. Good morning, Tyranny. Look at your neighbor and say stop. If all it takes is for you to get up out the bed and show up. Good morning, Carmela. Good morning, Myra. Good morning, Lamilton. There are going to be some benefits. Good morning, Terry Lynn. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning, Realtor Antoinette. Hey, Glory. For the people that show up. Good morning, Miss Naturally Patricia. Miss Patricia. Good morning, Joaquino. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning, Alfredia. There are some benefits. Oh, we are. Daphne, definitely. To people that show up. Good morning, Tilda. And I want to tell you, we had an amazing event here in Houston. Good morning, Gwendolyn. Good morning, Tranquility, Serenity. And I'm not saying it just because it was my event. There were some financial breakthroughs in that room that are going to happen for you to be able to get to your next level. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, my next level. See, what people don't realize is that when you don't show up, you're not hurting me. When you don't show up, you're hurting your next level. When you don't show up, you're hurting your next level. Look at your neighbor and say, my next level. When you don't sign up for coachings, good morning, my Final Solutions, you're not hurting me. You're hurting your next level. You're hurting your thought process. You're hurting your ability to free yourself from corporate welfare. And that's what we're talking about this morning. We're talking about corporate welfare and how it is hurting you. So first things first, I'm going to need you to share this video. If you're on Facebook, please share the video. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Falashade. If you are on Periscope, please share the video. Sharing is caring. And if you come here, good morning, Miss Gladiator. Good morning, Kendra. And you get this word and this word is helping you, then share the word so somebody else can get the word. Good morning, Tarsha. When I tell you it was some breakthroughs in that room this weekend. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Alexis. I'm going to be reaching out to you this morning, Robin. Good morning, Tiffany. If I tell you, and this is not from me, this is from the people that was in the room, men and women. Good morning, Yvette, who had been set free from some of the stuff that was going on in their mind. And so this morning, we're going to be talking about the dangers of corporate welfare. Good morning, Simply Sweets, and how you can know when you're entering into a dangerous spot. Good morning, Trinette, with your corporate welfare. Good morning, Patricia. And when I say corporate welfare, I mean a check. And don't get me wrong, I've been there. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Erica. Don't get me wrong. Good morning, Linda. I've been there. And good morning, Time to Push. Corporate welfare, aka a check, really messes with your mind. Good morning, Virgo 63. Good morning, First Lady Busy Hill. And I'm going to tell you that. I know that's right, Carmelo. Carmelo said I went home and did my best Facebook Live. Good morning, D. Because some limits were lifted. Good morning, Azaze. In that room, all of us have this upper limit that no matter, and I'm going to ask you, have you ever been through this before? Every time things are going good, you find a way to mess it up yourself. Every time you're making more money, good morning, M. Brady, you find a way to mess it up. Or something miraculously happens that messes it up. Every time things are going better in your relationship, you find a way to mess them up. That's that upper limit effect. Good morning, Ava. And until you do something to break free forever, you're going to continue to have it. So I'm going to ask again as we get started. If you haven't shared the video on Periscope, please share. Thank you, Patricia, for sharing. If you haven't shared the video on Facebook, I don't know what you're waiting on. If you don't know how, figure it out. Good morning, Sharita. Good morning, Beverly. Girl, I don't know. I got so much stuff to trademark. Good morning, Isaiah. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Liz. Thanks for inviting followers. And again, on Facebook, I'm waiting on you guys to share. So first and foremost, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Danielle Patterson Winningham, former JP Morgan Chase Vice President, Master Life and Master Business Coach. For all intents and purposes, I am here to free you from the mindset that keeps you broke. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Lloyd Shell. Thank you for visiting me this weekend. Good morning, Balanced Caregiver. Let me tell you something. Good morning, the Modern Matriarch. Everybody that was in this room this weekend will be blessed. Good morning, Christina, because they showed up. Good morning, Miss Shoshi. Good morning, Josephine. Everybody will be blessed because they showed up. So I'm not getting down on you about corporate welfare because I don't understand. As a matter of fact, I understand all too well because I've been there myself. But because I've been there and now I'm here, I can tell you what getting a check every 2 weeks, what getting a check once a month, what getting an automated check did for me. It ruined me. It ruined my thinking. First and foremost, it made me think. Good morning, Dr. Tamika. Love you, sis. It made me think that the job was my source. Somebody say amen. Y'all not getting it this morning. You're not getting it this morning. You don't understand. I'm moving too fast. Good morning, Social Attraction. It made me think that the job was my source. It made me think that the job was my source. When in all actuality, what my grandma used to say, praise God from whom all blessings flow. Good morning, Shalonda. So that job is not your source. That job is not your source. And that job, it made me think that the job was doing me a favor, paying me what they were paying me. Good morning, Bowlegs. And the truth of the matter is that that job wasn't paying me no more than what I earned. Somebody say, wow. Good morning, WV Sunshine. Somebody say, wow. At the point where I stopped making money for that job would have let me go lickety split. Good morning, Latasha. And that is the truth of the matter. So I wasn't doing that job. No, that job wasn't doing me no favors. I was doing that job a favor. But corporate welfare had me thinking, had me caught up in the fact that I couldn't do anything better than that job. Hey, Amsterdam, I'm telling you something. When you go to a job, they have you thinking that if you lose that job, that's the end of the world. And it's not. Good morning, Breakdown and Breakthrough. Some of you, God is trying to tell you something through your job this morning. Some of you are in a hostile work environment. Some of you are in an environment where you're not appreciated. Some of you are in an environment where you're constantly being laid off or constantly being fired. I know that's Jacqueline's story. You know, and God is trying to tell you it's time for you to do something different. You're constantly being challenged. You're constantly being put in compromising positions. You're constantly being challenged. Good morning, Danita. And you're saying to yourself, why? And the truth of the matter, good morning, Hustle Chick, is that it's time for you to move around. Good morning, Arias. And that job has you handcuffed to an imaginary check. Good morning, Last Born Trini. Good morning, Praying Messenger, because you can go out and do just as well. And there are a select few of you, and I tell you this every day, and I'm going to ask you today. I have some openings on my calendar today. The quit code starts tonight. If you are interested in freeing yourself from your job, you need to schedule some time to talk to me about the right program for you. It's as simple as that. If you are interested in getting free, you got to understand, if you could get free by yourself, you would have been free a long time ago. Good morning, Desiree, and that's the truth. So if you go to bit.ly/bizquitcode, scroll to the bottom, do not keep missing the opportunities. And I told this story, and I hope she hears it. I told this story at the conference on Saturday. There are no such things as accidents. Good morning. I'm looking forward to a balanced caregiver. There's no such thing. And so someone saw my video feed advertising the event here in Houston. And she said, wow, you used to work for Chase. I used to work for Chase too. I said, oh, okay. I said, I hope to see you at the event on Saturday. To which she responded, well, I really don't want to risk coming to an event that may not necessarily be for me. Now, don't get me wrong. Good morning, sister to sister beauty. Don't get me wrong. I understand what you're saying. But sometimes, good morning, Royal Foundation, you've got to show up. Look at your neighbor and say, show up. Good morning, beautifully made. Somebody type in, show up. Sometimes you're going to be praying for stuff, and God is going to tell you that in order for you to get it, good morning, Bill for the Storm, you might just have to show up. You might just have to do something different. You may just have to leave your house. You may have to roll the dice. You may have to take some risk. You may have to, you might have to. If you're waiting on a guaranteed, if you're waiting on a 100% sure escape plan, you're going to be waiting. Yes, Gary, I'm excited about tonight too. Good morning, Lonnie. You're going to be waiting. What are you waiting for? You waiting on a sign. You waiting on a bush to burn. Good morning, J to J Moments. You've got to stop. You've got to stop. So what's the dangers of corporate welfare? Is that you think that you cannot earn more, good morning, Y Robin, than you earn at that job. That's one of the dangers. Number two, those jobs shift your mindset. Thank you, Shanika, for inviting followers. And they have you thinking that a certificate or a trophy or a ranking, good morning, Shannon, is going to feed your family. They will have you jumping through hoops for a certificate, a t-shirt, a keychain, as if that's going to feed your family. They will have you playing cutthroat for a ranking. Come on now, y'all. That ain't put no money. We're not talking about bonus money. We're not talking about an increase. We're talking about a sheet of paper. And those jobs have us so conditioned that we are in heavy competition for a $2 plastic trophy. And the bad part about that is, be mad when we don't win. Good morning, Lucretia. Come on now, Teresa. Be mad when we don't win. No, we're not demanding our worth. It is Myra, but Myra, inbox me. If you're trying to schedule time on my calendar and don't see time, just inbox me on Facebook because I'm open. I don't know what she doing on my calendar, but I'm open. I got openings today. You know what I'm saying? So we've been so conditioned to jump through hoops for little or nothing that it continues to happen over and over. I'm going to tell y'all another trap of corporate welfare, and I've been through it too. Desiree set up some time to talk to me. Don't let this train leave the station without you. I've been through it too. Let me tell y'all something. I was so spoiled by my checks every other week that I would literally, oh yeah, I got you, Carlene, I'm ready. I would literally spend all of my money, inbox me, sis. Make sure y'all include your number. From week to week, because I knew another check was coming. Somebody say, wow. Hey, Marva, I would literally, You know what, Shannon? That's what blew me away, too. Good morning, Beige Roses. What blew me away was to make more in a month than I made in an entire year. And I was making my first 6-figure month blew me away. Because here I was at this job thinking that I made good money because I made 6 figures a year. The first time I made 6 figures in a month, I was blown. First of all, I was mad because I stayed so long. Good morning, Gail. But I didn't have nobody to come get me like I'm coming to get y'all. I didn't have when Shannon paid off his debt, he didn't have nobody telling him to pay off his debt like he telling y'all. When I did my first 6-figure month, I didn't have nobody in my corner telling me what to do and what to build and when to launch like y'all got me. I didn't have it. I didn't have it. Good morning, Sherry. I did not have it. So what's your excuse? Because I'm here every day telling you could do something different. We had to find out the hard way. Through trial and error. Good morning, Tamara. Through trial and error. Exactly, George. And until you do something different to free yourself, you're going to stay in that trap. So we've been tricked. We've been psychologically tricked by corporate welfare. Yep, inbox me. Let me know, Damien. Good morning, Angela. We've been psychologically tricked by corporate welfare to think that that is the best we can do. And that the only way for you to earn more money, thank you, Stacy, for the hearts, and Lloyd Shell for the hearts, is for you, and Thea for the hearts, and Rochelle, is for you to climb up through the ranks. And I can sit here and tell you, R. Jones, where you been? I can sit here and tell you right now that there is not a one of you that I can't write a minimum of a 6-figure plan for and show you how to go get it. Now, will you go get it? Arias, that was me. Good morning, Tornado Network. Will you go? If I write the plan and give you the strategy, will you go get it? Yes or no? Some of you it's yes and some of you it's no. Some of you won't even pay for the plan and pay for the strategy. You'll sit and you'll try to struggle and you'll try to figure it out. And it'll be years before you realize, hey, you know what? She may have been on to something. Good morning, Bryn. Good morning, Lorraine. Good morning, CJA. And then you come back looking for me. Do you know I had a call yesterday? Can I tell y'all a story? I don't know what alternative facts are, Mike Sweet. If you're trying to be fly about that conversation, what they said, bit.ly/biz, BIZ quit code. I know he was throwing shade because Donald Trump and them said they had alternative facts as to why the plaza didn't look as full as it was when Obama was sworn in. They said, y'all got facts, but we got alternative facts. Baby, like I don't keep up with politics. They better keep up with me. All right, Bill for the storm. Thank you, sis. I'm going to call you in a minute. So, I talked to somebody on the phone yesterday. And if you haven't shared the video, share the video. If you haven't shared the video on Facebook, share. I'm going to tell you another reason corporate America has you tricked. Corporate America has you thinking, corporate welfare has you thinking that you've got all the time in the world. I talked to a lady last year around this same time, and I said, I can help you with a plan so that by this time next year, you'll be free from your job. And she oohed and ahed, but she never signed up for the plan. And I haven't talked to her in a while because I'm busy. So I talked to her yesterday. And she said, I really need your help. Can I get that same plan? That plan that I offered you a year ago, that plan no longer exists, mama. That plan no longer exists, sorry. That plan costs twice as much with less access to me. I was offering to build her the plan one-on-one. Good morning, Jordan. That plan ain't the same price no more. She said, well, what about people like me that don't have the money to get the plan? I said, if you want it bad enough, you'll go find the money. And that's my stance. Good morning, Runava. If you want it bad enough, if you want to be free, if you want your own business, if you want the strategy, if you want the coaching, and it's not like I'm charging you $1 million. It is $200 down and $125 a week. And I can look at most people's budget and find $500 a month. I can. I can look at your cable bill and your cell phone bill and find $500. I can look at your dry cleaning and your eating out expenses and find $500. I can look at the mall. I can look in your closet at your wardrobe. I can look at the tolls you waste. I can look at your expenses and find enough to pay for this class. But the truth of the matter is, until you are ready, nothing will happen. Good morning, Diana. And that's the truth. Good morning, Tamaria. And I prayed this year. I said, Lord, only send me the people who are ready to be free. I'm tired of begging. Shannon, I know you know. Shannon has a story where he paid off $40,000, $50,000 worth of debt in a year. And now he goes around begging people to be debt free. I left my corporate job. Now I'm walking around begging people to leave their job. I am not. It's 16 weeks, Polish Tasha. I'm through begging, y'all. Stay at that job if you want to. I'm only going to take, and you know what that means? Last year, my classes would sell out 50, 75, 100 people. Most times right at 100 people. This year, if I don't take but 10, I'm good with it. Good morning, Bonnie. This year, if I don't take but 10 dedicated souls, if I don't take but 15 dedicated people every time I launch a class, I'm good with it. I'm tired of fighting people for their destiny. It gets tiring. It gets tiring. Wow. George said go to www.dailyjobcuts.com for proof. He said if you think your job is loyal, go to www.dailyjobcuts.com for proof. How much longer are you going to wait? How much longer? You going to wait till they get rid of you, or you going to get rid of them? Let me tell you, corporate America has you physically tricked. And for those of you who need to speak with me today, because class starts tonight, we have 3 different quick codes. This is for me to help you put a plan together, Tasha. That's for me to help you put a plan together. Yep. We have 3 different quick codes, one for business, one for coaches, one for speakers. We want to make sure we get you in the right one. So if you need to speak with me, inbox me till I can get this calendar back online. Good morning, Nadlin. Good morning, One Bad Apple. Good morning, Joyce. But I can't beg you to go. I can't. You want to see the program, go to bit.ly/bizquickcode. I can't. Corporate America has you tricked physically because they have you donating all of your time. Good morning, Shady Lady. All of your energy, all of your mentality, and all of your effort to that job. Somebody say true. They got you thinking that for one check, you can do 3 and 4 people's jobs. They laying off folks and taking that person's job, and instead of us letting them know that that's too much work on our plate, oh, we work 12, 14 hours to get that job done. It's low-key slavery. It's low-key slavery, and the only reason I don't call it slavery is because we have a choice. And I don't want to offend not only our forefathers, but the forefathers of any race that's been enslaved. I don't want to be offensive because there's been a lot of races enslaved, not just the African American race. And they didn't have a choice. We don't get beat. We don't get chained up. They don't feed us trash and remnants. We have a choice every single day as to either go or not go. We have a choice. I'm going to come back later and do a scope about how to start a business with no money. If I get one more person ask me how to start a business with no money, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. Well, how do I start a business with no money? You don't even go to a job with no money. You need a suit. You need a pantyhose. You can't even go on a job interview. Tell them, Shannon, with no money. You need money to get there. You need gas money or transportation money. You need money to get your hair done. Come on now. So you want to start a business with no money. But you're not doing anything else with no money. That doesn't make sense. People have money for what's important to them. Maybe if you redirect well, first and foremost, if you get out of them pipe dreams that you're going to be Bill Gates tomorrow, every business starts somewhere. We do not despise small beginnings. That's right, Shannon. Shannon said y'all was just out watching football and buying drinks and chicken wings. We do not despise small beginnings. So if you only got enough for one necklace and you want to start a jewelry store, if you only got enough for one pair of shoes and you want to start a shoe shop, if you only got enough for 3 plates of fish and you want to start a fish restaurant, if you only have enough, get started. Get started. Get started. Man, let me tell y'all, and I ain't even going to start crying. I'm not. I serve a God that do good math. I serve a God of multiplication and addition. I don't serve a God of division and subtraction. And as I look through the Bible, I continuously see stories of multiplication and addition. I've seen him take 2 fish and make tuna fish sandwiches for everybody. I've seen him turn water into wine, Ozarka into great grapes. I look everywhere, and I see him. When you bring a little, he make it a lot. With effort. With effort. With effort. When we try, when we believe. And a lot of times, because we don't try and we don't believe, our efforts are not multiplied. We're sitting and we're waiting. We're waiting on him to send 20 fish when he's saying, get started with the 2 that's in your cabinet. We're waiting on him to send a bread truck when he's saying, get started with them 2 crusts that's in your cabinet. We're waiting on $1 million when he's saying, get started with them $2 that's in your wallet. We're waiting to be delivered when all he asks us to do is get started. Get started. Get started, and you never know what I'm going to send you. Get started, and you may have, man, let me tell y'all something. I've had so many blessings. That's right, Shannon. You take steps toward God, and he runs towards you. I've had so many blessings over the years. I'll give you an example. When I first started, my first vendor show, I had written a book. And I went to the vendor show, first time, didn't know what to do, bought my little vendor table. Let me tell you how blessed I was. The vendor tables was $500, but they had a little section called the Author's Cove. And you could get your Author's Cove seat for $100. So I said, I'm going to go in here. Y'all don't mind me telling you a story, do you? Good morning, Michelle. I said, I'm going to go over here to the Author's Cove and take my books. First time ever. I got your business, Bully. Hold on. And so I get in the Author's Cove, and I'm over there with Jackie Hood Martin. I don't know if you know who that is, but that's Roland Martin's wife. First book. I get over there, and I'm over there with some great speakers and great writers. And nobody knows who I am because I ain't got but one book. But I showed up. And I'm sitting there at my table, and I'm talking to people about my book when they walk by. And a lady walks by and starts asking me about my story. And so I start telling her. So she says, do you mind if I call you and get some more information? I said, no, I don't mind at all. She gives me her card. Her name is Valerie. And she's with the Houston Chronicle. If you look over my shoulder, it's a brown plaque over my shoulder. They featured me in the Houston Chronicle. My first book. I was on the cover of the community section. A bank worker teaches women to follow their dreams. First vendor show. First book. Didn't know nobody. I'm sitting in the hall with every who's who in America. And that woman came to my table, asked me about my book, and wrote a story about me. That's how God will multiply your actions. That small thing you think that's just a small thing, he will blow that thing up. And to be honest with you, and I was telling them this at the event on Saturday, I don't even know how I got here. I can tell you the strategy. I can tell you the steps that I took. I can tell you I was consistent and he rewarded that. I can tell you I was faithful and he rewarded that. Good morning, Aaron. But I don't know how he sent all the people. I'm still blown away that I can press one button and just see so many people. But that's the thing, though, Heidi's Art Studio. His favor and grace is all over all of us. I'm going to repeat that in case you missed it. Right, Tashana? His favor and his grace are all over all of us. I just use what he poured in my cup. Will you use what he poured in your cup? When he sent me mentors, I worked with them. When he sent me coaches, I hired them. When he sent me technology, I paid for it. His favor and grace, if you don't have your monetary blessings, it's something you're not doing. Some kind of way you're not showing up. Some piece of the puzzle you're missing. And that's what I'm going to help you with. Because here's the thing. You can go hire the best coach. Well, I'm the best coach in the world. You can go hire a coach that's going to give you $1 million worth of strategy. But if you don't have $1 million mindset, nothing is going to change. I believe I am. Girl, Phyllis, it's the word. Let me tell you, I got to give him honor. I got to give him glory. I can tell you, but I executed. And that's the thing, the business bully. I have a speaking program that starts Thursday. I teach people to do the work to get on more stages. The more work you do, the more God's going to do, the more you're going to make. Most people think they want to be a speaker, right? They think that they just going to change their name to speaker. Go to bit.ly. Happy New Year, Delvin. Speak Quit code. SPEAK quit QUIT code. Most people think they're going to just throw a business card out there and oh, I'm a speaker. Exactly, built for the storm. Get a man something to work with. Get a Lord something to work with, please. Go ahead and write that book and see what he do with it. Go ahead and start that coaching business and see what he do with it. Go ahead and write that plan and see what he do with it. The majority of people are running around with no written plan and wondering why the Lord ain't blessed you. Didn't he tell y'all to write it down? Hold on, wait a minute. Didn't he tell y'all to write it down? And some of y'all act like you can't even borrow a pen from a neighbor. If he says write it down, write it down. Right? He said write it down. He was crystal clear. He said write it out and make it plain. He said write it out and make it plain. He said it. He said it. But see, we know all of the scriptures and don't do anything with them. Come on now. I'm not trying to be no kind of way. But we know all the scriptures. And we still scared. We praying every day. And we still won't move forward. And Erica, even after you launch that book, there's so much marketing that needs to happen. I had a client this morning. I was talking to a new client. She's coming to class tonight. And she says, I want to publish my book. I said, do you think that's going to free you from your job? Let's do the math on how many books you need to sell in order to be free from your job. We don't honor the same words we read. We don't. Yeah, we know all the scriptures and we're still scared. All of my classes are virtual. They're online, video to video. I see you, you see me. Yeah, you know all the scriptures. I'm like, for what? Faith without works, but you ain't faithful and you ain't doing no work. And then you wonder why the word ain't working. The word works. The word works. The word works. The word works better and more, good morning, Chanel, than anything I've ever experienced in my life. Good morning, Brit So Blessed. The word works for believers. For believers. Because believers don't open their mouth and say stuff like I can't afford. Believers are like my grandma. They open their mouth and say God will make a way. Ooh, y'all gonna make me go AMA church. Y'all gonna make me go AME church on y'all. Y'all don't remember that song? The Lord will make a way somehow. When beneath the cross I bow. There's a sweet belief in knowing, the Lord will make a way. Y'all remember that song? My grandmother believed that. My grandmother believed that. Do y'all remember that song? You gotta believe that. Say, let him have your burdens now. You gotta believe that. You gotta believe that. And if you don't believe it, because corporate America has fooled you into thinking that they will make a way somehow, then that's the difference. I did say AME, girl, Erica. Yes, I did. I did Campbell's Chapel AME's church, baby. See, we grew up in the word. And that, no, I teach via Zoom. I think that, thank you, One True Worshiper. I think that is what made us somewhat benign to the word. That's what made us somewhat jaded. We know what the words say, but do we know what the words do? We know what the words say, but do we know what the words do? And it's two different things. Do we operate on the words as if they have life? And that's what we don't do. So it's one thing to know what the words say. It's another thing to activate the word, to lean on the word. Do we really believe? But we say we Christians and we say we read our Bible, but do we really believe? And see, that's the thing about me. When I launch something, I really believe. I'm not saying I don't have my moments of fear. I don't have my moments of doubt. But 7 days ago, last Friday, when we signed the contract for the Houston event, I was believing God that he would send the right people in the room. 7 days before the event. Thank you, D-Jax. We're all amazing. And it's not that I don't accept your compliment. I accept your compliment fully. Yes, I'm amazing. Hey, Vaughn, we missed you Saturday, but we're all amazing. Oh, y'all tell them how the event went, Lloyd, Tiffany. Y'all tell them how the event was amazing. But it was so many breakthroughs in that room that if you weren't in that room, oh man, it was so many. The men was having breakthroughs. The women's was having breakthroughs. It was crazy good. You literally had to be there. But even the people that attended via live stream, they said they felt they was in the room. It was the bomb. Did you said it was man, I don't even know how to articulate it other than the fact that people left that room and will never be the same. It wasn't that traditional, I'm going to stand up here and talk and speak. I'm coming to Philly, business bully. Latoya said she felt like she was there. It wasn't that traditional. We working on it right now. We starting work today. It wasn't that traditional conference where somebody is just up on the stage and I'm still full, Lord Shell. It was my conference. And so it was different. It was different. in an amazing Holy Spirit. It wasn't overly godly. It was a few little cuss words that slipped in the room. All right, I sure will, the business bully. It was a few little indiscrepancies, but we human. Good morning, Sandrine. Where you been? We human, It happens, and he knows it. He still loves us. Amen. Yeah. Oh, and I'm not even finna start crying this morning, but God done gave me a word about these men. Good morning to it, coach. So the business bully, I need you. And I was literally like, God, why is you sending these men? What these men over here? What is these men over here watching me for? But you know what I realized. Good morning, Cassandra. Love you, powerhouse. What I realized was that we can't get right without the men. We can get ourselves right, but we can't get this country right without the men. And then, come on now. I was over here reading the Willie Lynch letter, knowing I shouldn't have, but anyway. Sometimes you got to be reminded as to where you came from. Not to return to hate. Good morning, Auntie V. Not to return to hate, but to return to an understanding. And the divisiveness that has ripped through our community, and then the materialism that has ripped through other communities. There's not a socioeconomic background that is free from feeling the absence of the male figure, and it is just not African Americans. It may be Caucasians because the man has spent his time working to provide for the family, because we're caught up in this materialistic society. It may be the Asians because, there's so much divisiveness between families, period. Oh, thank you, business bully. I think we all have something to bring to the table, and that's my goal. My goal is to help Latrice have a voice, and Sandrine have a voice, and Cassandra have a voice. And that's one thing, one true worshiper, and I had it in my notes. Even SSI and disability, to a certain extent, is corporate welfare. Because when people get on disability, they feel like they can't do nothing else. When people get on Social Security, they feel like their life is over. And it's just so very far from true. And there's so many contributions that people could still make in the world, and so many ways they could still change their own financial trajectory, but they've been made to think that their life is over. Hey, good morning, TG Word Ministry. Good morning, sis. And so I challenge you guys to have a conversation with me. That's it. Conversations are free. If you're really ready to go, and you don't have to go today. Exactly the business bully. You don't have to go today, but have a conversation with me and be ready to go. Good morning, Dr. Glenda. Make sure you inbox me. You can also, if you want to have a conversation the rest of the week, go to bit.ly/bizquickcode. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and set up some time. They said something's wrong with my calendar. Good morning, Henrietta. It's not taking appointments today. So if you want to speak with me today, send me an inbox message. But corporate welfare is deadly. Because corporate welfare will make you exchange your dreams for a paycheck. And that's the truth. You think you have to do one or the other. You think you either have to work a job or you have to build your dream. And there's not an either or, it's an and. Because at some point, your dreams, your destiny, your purpose, that becomes your job. Yeah. That becomes your job. So I'm going to get out of here because I got calls. If you're not following me already on Facebook, make sure you do so you don't miss a thing. My name is in my bio. If you want to set up time to speak with me today, make sure you inbox me. I'm going to be back probably around noonish. Let me get some of these calls. You know what, Paigette make a good point. She said she never knew she had other options. Good morning, Cooking Mean Jean. She said she never knew she had other options. A lot of people don't. Now you know what you're going to do about it. See you guys in a minute. I'm coming built for the storm.